I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Buttercups? What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. This is DYANAROZAY, and we are here to talk about it, okay? Come on in, come on in. If you guys can hear the sound of my voice, this is an early morning live, and if you guys can hear the sound of my voice, please drop your city and or state in the chat so I can give y'all a shout out real quick, okay? And we can get this started, y'all. Let me put this up. Hold on. Welcome, everybody. I like to have my little background going. Let's see. Who do we have this morning? Good morning, everyone. I see y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I see Philadelphia is in the house. A lot of you just saying good morning. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Shirley? What's up, Nashville, Charlotte? Come on in loud and clear. Birmingham, come on in. Y'all. These YouTube streets were jumping last night, okay? I had to make myself some brownies, child. Even though I shouldn't have any, I was sitting here enjoying all the commentary and eating my brownies, and I saw the stuff come up about Miss Destiny over there on Trending's page. And I was like, oh, we about to talk about it because I just said earlier on Friday, I said, I think today is the last day. If Destiny don't have the cash, she may be getting sent to the pokey. So we are going to talk about that, okay? Because it looks like she might have found a way to maneuver around it, okay? Come on in. I see you guys. Listen, I got 99 of you watching right now. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me on this fine Saturday morning, okay? Augusta, what's up? Please hit that like button, okay? That way others can be notified that this video is up and popping. Also, become a subscriber if you are not one already. What else? And that's pretty much it. I don't have any moderators on it, looks like at the moment, but y'all know what to do, okay? We are here congregating from all over the globe, right? Cities, states, countries. There might be people watching who didn't get shouted out over here. Does not matter. That only means that we are all here together collectively. We all have different opinions, which is fine because we're not robots, but go on ahead and be respectful. Make sure that you are respectful, okay? I did see Martell leaving the courtroom. I saw that. I did. Cute and paste, Tisha. For whatever reason, I thought that said cut and paste, but it's cute and paste. Okay. So I did see those pictures. And I know that he has had his trial, I think, moved to December 2nd. So anyway, y'all, thank you. 122 of you are watching right now. Y'all are ready to get it started. So I'll keep putting your city and state or wherever you come from. You may not be a part of the United States on the screen this morning while I talk to y'all, okay? Listen, y'all see the thumbnail, right? Let me put the thumbnail back up. Hold on. I got to do all this fancy maneuvering. Here we go. Here's the thumbnail. We are talking about Justin. We're talking about Porsha Simon. We were talking about just Simon because Simon has some other things going on. And I have some additional stories for y'all to talk about this morning. I hope y'all all are doing good and feeling good. Okay. I start my morning off every day with a protection prayer. I put it up on my IG page. The protection prayer is not just for me, it's for all of y'all, okay? Anybody who reads it, okay? Start your morning off with a protection prayer because trust me, there's someone who is sitting around frowned up, mad, okay? Mad about what you got going on. So protect yourself every day. Protect yourself. And then hopefully your loved ones are also praying over you. But y'all, let's get started. Let's get started with our blind item this morning. Y'all know how we do it. I'm going to put up a blind item. And then you guys get to guess in the chat who the blind item is, calling out. And if you get it right, okay, if you get it right, I'll put you on the screen, the first person to get it right. All right. Review Hour said, amen to that. Yes. If you live long enough, you'll know. Okay. I remember being a kid and hearing the older folks saying, you gotta start your day off with a protection prayer. And when you're younger, you don't always think about it. You're like, what the hell are they talking about? Baby, start your day off with a protection prayer. Open your eyes and pray for yourself. Pray for yourself, okay? So let's get to this blind item. All right. So y'all, here is the clue, okay? Here you go. Although currently in divorce court, this estranged, in quotes, couple was photographed kissing recently, okay? Put it in the chat. Who was photographed kissing even though they have a case in divorce court? Come on, y'all. I know I didn't stump you already. Case in divorce court, caught kissing. Ray J and Princess, nope. Porsha and Simon, nope. All right, I see it. Jacqueline Harrison called it out. Offset and Cardi B was caught locking lips, okay? All right, here we go. Here's the information y'all need to see. Cardi B files for divorce from Offset again after 6 years of marriage. This article was posted on August 1st, 2024. It says on Wednesday, July 31st, Cardi B filed for divorce from Offset, age 32, Cardi's 31, after 6 years of marriage, okay? And here they are, smooching it up, the on again, off again couple. And y'all see the little baby right there? Cardi B just gave birth to a baby girl. Okay, so yeah. Look, I'm looking at the comments. They say Kim and Croy, Scrappy. Nope, Cardi B. Cardi B and Offset. That's right. Girl is right, child. These people have been sending us on a ride since they got married way back when, baby. But they are still, it looks like there might be a chance that they can get back together. They got the little pink balloons back there to show that it's a girl, okay? And he was there for the birth. He was there for the birth. She had the baby in her chest, and then he had the baby also. He was in the room. He had the baby on his bare chest. They might still be in love. Maybe they can work it out. Okay. Oh, that was old, someone's saying. Okay. Well, I do know that he was in the hospital room with her. He was in the hospital room with her in this video, and he had the baby laid against his chest. Okay. But someone is saying that picture of them kissing may be an old photo. Okay. Someone said, never believe that lie anyway. All right. Well, we'll see. The lie or not, Cardi B and Offset have been to divorce court at least 11 times, okay? 11 times, and they found a way to come back. Somebody said it's not that old. Okay. All right. Listen, I thought I was stumping somebody, but listen, that's it. Cardi B and Offset recently just had their daughter, and they are in divorce court. It was filed on July. What date did I give y'all? July 31st. Wednesday, July 31st. We are in September, and it looks like from what people are saying, they could be working things out. Hold on, hold on. What? I should have knew that. He said he was trying to feed on his nipple. Yeah, he did have his shirt off. He had the baby laying against his chest, and he was cradling her. It was actually really cute. And they just look very much in the family way. Y'all know sometimes babies can make you feel away after a couple of moments, after a month or so, maybe it'll get back to the way it was. Offset is practically broke. He needs Cardi B's money. Okay, child. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that Offset has some financial issues and that he may be, trying to figure out how to get back in her good graces. Whew. How many children does he have? Is it 7? For some reason, I feel like it's a big number. Either way, let's get into some more news. Y'all know that I talked about Rasheeda and Kirk a couple of days ago. They've been in the news because of that show, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, where it came out that Kirk may have been trying to, push up on his baby mama. Okay, another baby mama. I think he has multiple, but the last one, Jasmine. So that he was trying to push up on her and even asked her, quote, how much is it going to cost me to get into them draws, basically? How much is it going to cost me to F, is how he put it. Yep, Jasmine. And let me take this picture down, child. He asked the question. Jasmine had her text messages primed and ready. She didn't show it to Rasheeda. She showed it to the entire group. Rasheeda decided not to look at it, and then I guess she decided to have a meeting with Jasmine so she can find out what was going on, because Kirk deleted all of his text messages on his side, and when she went down to talk to Jasmine, it was there in black and white. She was feeling away, but it looks like she has forgiven Kirk yet again. Someone said that they remember being in grade school watching this show, and Kirk and Rasheeda has the same storyline. Every few years they bring it back up, and it has people thinking, look, let me put this back up, child. Put myself down. Somebody said, look, they said that poor Kirk just wants to leave Rasheeda, but Rasheeda keeps forgiving him, okay? It's not Kirk's fault. He trying to hit her in the heartstrings and get her to moving, but she cannot. Somebody said Tamar Jr., damn. But he cannot. It is a hot ass mess over there, but she is moving on. If y'all saw my stories the other day for, I think, Labor Day, September 1st, Jasmine actually was at Kirk and Rasheeda's house at a picnic or a cookout. And it looks like they are all trying to work together, or maybe they have decided to, be a little more than friends. Okay. They haven't played that part of the story yet, but somebody said another dummy, but they are together. Of the three of them, even after all this foolishness is played out on television, the three of them are back in each other's lives, eating dinner, going to each other's houses, or Jasmine's been invited to the house. So looks like Rasheeda has forgiven Kirk, at least for now. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the next story. Hold on, let me get it up, child. Who do I want to talk about? Let's see what's in my saved file. This I wanted to put out there just because I am tired of this story showing up on my feed, on my timeline. Let me put this up here real quick. So I don't know if y'all follow Judy and the Brat. I think her name is The Real Big Booty Judy or something like that. The Brat's wife. Y'all know they got married, I think maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Anyway, they do a lot of skits on their platform. And they did a skit where I think Brat said some stuff like, I think you cheated on me and you ended up having an affair, gave me an egg that was created by you and another man, and then implanted it in me, right? which anybody watching should have known it was a joke, but I guess things got super serious over there on Judy's page, and she had to write a post saying, I see the influx of new people that have come over to my page recently. Don't bring that negative energy over here because I will cuss you out. Okay. Y'all can choose to believe whatever you want to see in the media. We keep it cute and positive over here. But they had to put out a PSA, public service announcement, to make sure that people weren't over there creating drama, because there's been all kinds of posts, especially on TikTok, about the two of them getting a divorce or breaking up. And it was crazy. Y'all still talking about Rasheeda. Somebody said Rasheeda's a doormat for Kirk. But they basically wanted people to know that. They also had to do a verbal PSA still.
You don't want to tell the people?
Girl, people. So sick of hearing all that bullshit. Like, we ain't getting no divorce.
We getting a divorce because the baby that we had was a secret lover. That's a man. And so it's me and his baby, but I convinced you to carry it, and then I'm leaving you for him, or you found out I was cheating with him. And so now you trying to sue me for child support, and you put me out the house.
Okay. Bye. We ain't having no motherfucking problems like that. That's the dumbest shit. Like, who would make this stupid shit and what?
Okay, so y'all see, they had to block everyone, or bleep out every one of Brat's words. Brat, bleep out all of Brat's words because she is over there cussing up a storm. But at the end of the day, people thought that was a real storyline, and they were telling it all over. It does not take much. I know there's some people who may know it's a joke, but it does not take much to get shit started online. Seriously. Please pay attention, okay? Because people will start some mess. Somebody said, who cares about these two? Baby, they had them in divorce court. And I feel like even a local news channel may have picked up this story, Kevin. So I know you are smarter than the average bear, baby, but not everybody. So I thought it was hilarious because I saw it the other day. And I kept seeing it roll up on my timeline. Like, these people really think this is true? No, it's not true. But yeah, they absolutely will believe anything. And sometimes it will snowball and create really bad situations. So I thought it was, something to talk about. Y'all can let me know what y'all think, which you are clearly. But let's get to this next story. Let's talk about Porsha Williams real quick, y'all. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention. The news broke last night. About Porsha Williams winning the case in regards to the prenup, right? So Simon was challenging the prenup, which was set up to allow Porsha to, I think, live in the house for a year or so. It was supposed to also let her, I think she was going to get some sort of money. He was going to pay all the bills too. Y'all know that marriage didn't last but for a hot second. I think they had to have stayed married for 15 months. And he said that she wasn't supposed to work. And because she did go back to work and all this other shit, he said that basically she broke the prenup, and now she's trying to take him for everything. And he was calling her all kinds of stuff, child. Y'all remember, okay? He said that she was making his children homeless because they had no place to go for the summer. He was in Dubai. He had to fly all of his kids out to Dubai because he said he couldn't keep them in the house where Porsha was. He was, taunting her. They were taunting each other, actually, on social media. Question: would you rather cry homeless in a Rolls Royce or in a Honda Civic? Y'all remember this? Clearly, my next rescue needs to come from a pound. Then he said something like, he gave a Bible verse from the Amplified Bible. Like a dog that returns to his vomit is a fool who repeats his foolishness. Never again. He said that Porsha, whatever was going on between him and Porsha, was so bad, child, that he was vowing He vowed to never put himself in another situation, I guess, where he was with someone who wasn't equally yoked. Okay. What he was basically saying is that Porsha was beneath him. It wasn't TMZ. Let me see what y'all got to say. Kevin coming through. Another win for the Queen of Thoughtlandia. Okay, Kevin. Listen, I'm okay with her winning this. Simon is a man, allegedly, of great means. She did quit her jobs, 5 or 6 jobs, to be married. And he has access to like great lawyers. So if those great lawyers didn't work that out completely, that's a problem. Let me see. He just wanted her to, yeah, listen, you want someone to depend on you so that they can't make moves. And she made moves. Listen, this should be a lesson. This should be a lesson to a lot of people, to the men and the women, okay? Because we're about to talk about another upcoming court case where, you know, sometimes people make decisions not knowing how that's going to affect them in the long run. So let's talk about it, okay? Because Porsha said, this is a win for me, boo. Okay, she made this post last night. It's playing to some gospel song where she said she had to move mountains, child. But either way, she is blessed and highly favored. She said, for this, I give you praise. And she got her little picture up and she was letting people know it was a win for her from the beginning. Okay, everybody chimed in. Phaedra said, it's giving baby doll, but you bet not play with her. Okay, someone else said it's giving, I dusted that ninja off in court. So Porsha was feeling victorious. I guess she must have told that story to People magazine. And child, Simon got pissed off. Sassy and Sweet said Simon thought that he was going to be able to do Porsha like he did Fallon. Porsha said, hell no. Okay, hell no. Just my opinion. Simon's an old goat. Grow the F up, Simon. Simon's net worth is about $300 million. Just give her what she asked for and buy another home and keep it moving. Now, listen, is she supposed to have the home forever, or was she just supposed to have the home like for, you know, a short period of time after the divorce? I thought she was only supposed to stay in the home for 1 year after that divorce was final and that he was supposed to pay all the bills. Now, this is still an ongoing court case. Let me say that. This was just a challenge of the prenup, and now they're about to move into the stages of divorce. But the prenup get to stay in place unless Simon wins an appeal, because it looks like he did appeal it, baby. He knows that women aren't attracted to his funny looking self. Ooh. I don't feel sorry for Simon, although Karma will be visiting her soon. Why would Karma visit her soon? Tell me, Mary Washington. Now, from what I'm understanding, and I'm going to read a little bit of it, they worked on that prenup for 1 year. So for 1 year, his lawyer and her lawyer, or lawyers with an S, because sometimes it's multiple, worked on this prenup. And after that year, they moved forward. They agreed. They both signed it. Why should you receive karma for something that you literally paid to have work in your favor? That's what the prenup is supposed to do. I'm actually glad that Porsha won this battle with the prenup. Prenups are supposed to work in your favor, or at least you should be happy with what was written out. If you signed it, you should be happy with it. I'm glad for her. Simon thought that he was, oh, you said that, like Fallon, Porsha is smart. She knows what she's doing. Okay, someone said that I think she's supposed to stay in the home for 2 years after. So yeah, for 2 years. She doesn't get to stay or to keep the home, but she does get to stay in there for a short period of time after divorce. And Simon did have, what, is Porsha his fourth or fifth wife? So he's been around the block. He's not new to this. He true to this, okay? This is Porsha's second marriage, Simon's fourth or fifth marriage, okay? So just an FYI. I know that people have different feelings about it, but I don't know. I don't necessarily, when I saw it, I thought, well, he agreed to that. That's what he agreed to. Anyway, let's talk about it. That's what she has going on. Let's look at this other thing. Okay, hold on. Okay, y'all see it? Y'all see it right there on the screen. Okay, someone said she is the granddaughter of Hosea Williams. Simon, please, because Simon likes to drag Porsha. Bravo Shade Room said, not Porsha's granddaddy doing flips in his grave. Simon says Hosea Williams is doing flips in his grave. His legacy did not sign up for this. He basically said that Porsha is a mess. His legacy did not sign up for this. His granddaughter's behavior in the last 12 years. So now he's extending this all the way back to Cordell. He said, ask her first husband how he feels. I don't know if Simon knows this, but Porsha did not get anything from that first husband. Porsha walked away with nothing. The prenup in Cordell and Porsha's marriage was honored, just like the prenup in Simon and Porsha's marriage, the judge said should be honored. But Simon, like I said, is appealing it. I would have just given the house because I can't stay no more than 2 years. I already had a house that would be me. Okay. Hosea is resting peacefully. I'm gonna tell you what, I have a prenup, and I said in my prenup that I want to stay in the house. I'm gonna stay in the house. For whatever reason she's chosen, I think her mother may live in her house. Maybe she's giving her time for her mother to find another place to stay and then for her to move back into her house. All of that stuff take time. You don't want to displace people. So she may have been just thinking ahead, like, well, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to need to stay in here for as long as it takes my mother to find a place that works for her, because finding a new house takes time. But I think that she thought those steps out. She's not trying to take his home. She's just trying to give herself time. That's what it looks like. That's my opinion. I know other people have been making it seem like she's just trying to take his money in his house, but I didn't see it that way. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Just means that, she was just thinking ahead, possibly. And he signed off on that. Someone said that the first husband was smarter. Simon is not dumb. He's not stupid. We sometimes don't give people credit. He has been married. This is his third or fourth wife. Okay. He has been married a couple of times. Ask the other wives what they got. Okay. Scorpio chick said, I'm with you. Listen, sometimes we sell ourselves short. Know what you're worth. Get what you want out of this shit and then stick with it. Stop giving your stuff away. Okay. That's why people don't think that we should have anything. We lose big time in these kind of cases because people think you just going back to McDonald's or wherever they found you at, right? Or, we're just going to take custody of the child because you're not even worthy of that. Like, stop letting these fools play on y'all. He's not a dumb man. He is a man with a lot. He has a lot. And that's why he said, I am taking this to appellate court. Now let's look at the rest of it. Okay. Let me see if I have this up too. So this was a part of the People magazine article. Let me pull it up. I'm going to read it from my cell phone because Simon was hot. He was like, you let that miserable person trick you into thinking that she took my house or that she won in court. Okay. Let's see. I'm still reading. Sorry. Someone said, I agree with you. Someone said, he's not dumb. He's not dumb. Why don't been married for 5 times? Okay. I said that too. I agree. The first husband was an ass. He looked like one. I agree, Diana. If they both signed the prenup, it should stand in court. That's what the prenups are for. These are legal documents. Legal documents, by the way, that you paid a hell of a lot of money for to get there. That document, from what I'm understanding, I'm going to read to y'all from my phone. They were in court for a full year going back and forth on this prenup. Okay. Yes, ma'am, Diana. Know your worth. Know your worth, ladies. We're going to talk about somebody else who should have known their worth. Simon underestimated Porsha. Yeah, he's calling her dumb now, but she, like I said, she won. He may not be dumb, but something is wrong with him to have had 4 or 5 wives. Okay. What? El Boogie has something in the chat. She said Portia's first husband was sending some kind of pictures to someone. Remember when some... Okay, I'm not going to post that on the screen because I don't want no problems, but y'all can see it if y'all believe that, okay? So this is what People Magazine exclusively published, and then it, of course, it's got its wings. It was published yesterday at 6 p.m. Porsha Williams was granted a huge victory in ongoing divorce case against Simon Guobadia. The court does not find merit in the husband's argument. A new judgment in the Williams divorce reads, Porsha Williams was awarded a big victory. In the latest ruling, the court granted Williams the request to quash Guobadia's subpoena and request for videotape deposition from her employer, True Entertainment, which would be Bravo. Okay. The production team over there at Bravo, he does not get to have them videotaped in a deposition, along with a motion for a protective order. And I'm assuming that protective order was her filming in the house, along with other things, the cars, the other stuff, right? Judge said he has denied the emergency motions regarding discovery and awarded William, they said, attorney fees, and I'm going to put that in quotes because he debated that, and expenses of litigation to be paid by Guobadia. The filing also pertains to their prenuptial agreement. According to the docs, Guobadia argued that the wife desired to return to reality TV or employment in the future, which constitutes a non-disclosure of marital fact and misrepresentation that rendered the prenuptial agreement unenforceable. So he said, you were supposed to be a housewife in my house, not on that damn TV show. Okay. Not on the TV show, even though he clearly knew about it because they were still married when she did that commercial. And if that was the case, they were going to show her as a married woman and show him in that house. But he said that that's not the case. Okay. They say it also said that Williams agreed to be a stay-at-home mom and wife during their marriage, forego her own career, and the court found all of his claims to be invalid. The court did not find merit in his argument, as the court finds that the wife has been a reality TV celebrity for years, which was well known to the husband at the time of negotiating the prenuptial agreement, and the husband nevertheless married the wife with this knowledge. After starring on Bravo's The Real Housewives from season 5 through 13, and let's not forget that Simon was also on that show when he was married to Fallon. In the couple's prenuptial agreement, it states that it's the central purpose to avoid contesting or having any type of litigation or costly or potential intrusive discovery in the event of dissolution. So they're saying the central purpose of the prenup was that he couldn't challenge it She said she did not want a costly divorce, and he couldn't challenge it if either party took it to divorce court, as long as they remain married for that period of time. So when they go through divorce, I guess what the new argument will be, since the prenup can't be challenged, which I think he'll win, is that they had to have remained married for that 15-month period. Did they remain married before, okay, they got here? So let's see what y'all saying. All right. So that's what it sounds like. But Simon had some other stuff to say, child. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's kind of small, but I am going to read from it just to make sure y'all see what Simon is debating, because he had a problem with that post. So when Simon was challenging the court, he said that, let's see, Bryn said the smackdown, baby. He said that Porsha was having affairs with Future, the rapper, with her baby daddy, with all kinds of shit. Somebody said, look, get out that man's house, baby. Listen, there's different opinions, baby. I feel she won. Go on ahead and stay in that man's house. And I'm going to say this to all women, especially the younger generation. Child, if y'all go to court and y'all fight for some shit, if you pay for a lawyer and your lawyer is advising you to do X, Y, and Z, please follow that lawyer's advice and please do what you said you were going to do. Stop letting people hem y'all up with their money. We are the only ones who get to have this happen to us. Seriously. I mean, other people do too, but we do the most because we are not fighting for ourselves enough. We throw in the towel every time, okay? Or most of the time. Anyway, he was accusing her of having affairs and stuff like that. They said this court finds that there is no evidence that the wife engaged in any willful conduct to violate this court's standing order, and further finds that there is no evidence to substantiate that the wife acted in bad faith during this discovery process or in contempt of this court standing order, meaning that she didn't try to delete things or get rid of stuff, all the shit that he was accusing her of. On the contrary, the court has concerns that the husband is not using the discovery process in good faith, but instead is using the discovery process as a means to harass and intimidate the wife by inundating her with frivolous, abusive discovery requests that were not reasonably calculated to lead to the discovery of admissible evidence. You hear that? The judge said she believes that Simon brought this shit to court in an attempt to harass and intimidate. Also inundate Porsha with frivolous and abusive discovery request. Okay? That's a word. That's a word. But he's about to take this to appellate court. Now, where you see it circled, I don't know if y'all can see this really good because it appears really small on my side, but hopefully you can see it. But he circled that because in the People magazine article, it said that Porsha was awarded attorney fees and all costs associated to this prenup fight. And it's circled, wife requested an award of attorney fees and expenses in litigation. However, the court hereby denies the request for attorney fees. So ordered this 12th day of September, 2024. So there you have it. So she will get to, again, this was them fighting the prenup. They haven't actually gone to divorce court yet. So it hasn't gone to the divorce court part. All right. So that is going to be next. But it looks like I said, he's going to stall it for a little bit longer because he is taking it to the appellate court. He's taking it to appellate court. He's just making stuff up. Unfortunately, the children suffers the most. They don't have children together. His children lives with their mothers, and then they visit, and he appears to have been out of the country for the majority part of this process. I agree, because what does Porsha being friends with male celebrities have to do with this divorce? Okay, clone in the house. Did you not get my phone call, baby? I was calling you. Sorry I'm late. I appreciate that. You went to spin class. Whatever. He's throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. Hit that like button, everybody. Okay, thank you, clone. I appreciate you. All right, so that's what's happening. Just so y'all know, keep your eyes on this. Porsha feels like this was a win, and it kind of was, but it also points out that a lot of this stuff may have been, just him stalling. And because he does, or, it's being said that he may have a little bit more money than her, people end up backing out because they can't afford to stay in the fight. So if he can pay his lawyers and she can't, he will lose by default. I mean, she will lose by default because she simply can't pay it. So if he's going to keep this in court for longer by taking it to an appellate court and Porsha didn't win these fees, that means that Porsha got to keep paying a lawyer. Keep this in mind. This is the abusive shit that the judge was talking about in the first place. Okay? They weren't married long enough to be able to keep anything belonging to the other. Porsha needs to turn that house over to that man. She has a home. Stop being greedy. Divorce and move on. Okay. There's different opinions, but if I had a daughter, y'all know how I feel. I already told y'all. Stop selling yourself short. Stop selling yourself short. That man is a man who had 4 or 5 wives before Porsha, 3 or 4, something like that, 3 or 4 wives before Porsha, 300 million allegedly in the bank, made some big promises. You're coming into a relationship, and this is for anybody because this happens quite a bit. You may meet someone you are not equally yoked with financially. Make sure you take care of yourself, because you will live a life that is one way and they will drop you back off, especially if you have babies with them, the way the new courts work. You have babies with them and they will take your baby and move in with a new woman and have that new woman having your child call that new woman mama. Okay. And you'll get to see him on Christmas and maybe like Easter or some shit, right? Listen, the law is there for a reason, child. It's there for a reason. She gave up her many jobs. Thank you, LaPrice. Let's not also forget that she could have been making money, but she put making money on hold, which is why she asked for this, so she can get her paper back up. Pay attention to the tricks. Pay attention to the tricks, okay? Now let's talk about Simon only real quick. Let's talk about Simon only real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture. It was just Simon. Well, I'll do this. Let's go up here. Simon hasn't, well, he did. He had his thing to say. But let's post this little picture of Simon. This is Simon when Simon wanted everybody to know he was getting his life. Okay. Y'all may or may not know this, but Simon was sued a couple of weeks ago. Well, he was sued a couple of months ago by that jet company, right? They said that he owed over $900 and something thousand, damn near $1 million to the jet company. I don't know how those fees got to that level, but it did, okay? And according to new court documents, this company has attempted to garnish Simon's bank accounts. They want their money, honey, okay? Let's see. Marriage is love and business. Good for Porsha because that first divorce was not fair to her. Okay. So here is what is going down in regards to that garnishment. According to the documents obtained by In Touch magazine, Simon's company, Simco Group, asked an Ohio judge to stop NetJet's aviation garnishings against his company. So they were trying to garnish the company's Truist bank accounts. He owes a lot of money. Why is the jet company allowing him to run things up? I don't know how much it cost to take a jet ride wherever. Maybe it's 200,000. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know. If anybody's taking a private jet, let me know. But I thought what you were supposed to do is buy into the jet and then you can have it. So it looks like he could have, so meaning he's supposed to pay a monthly fee or something, and then he can have it, get it scheduled. But they did file to garnish his company, which is called Simco Group, their bank accounts. This happened back in April. Simco is a petroleum, so it looks like an oil company. It was hit with a default judgment. So they did win the judgment of $887,000 in the lawsuit by NetJets Aviation. Simon's company said that NetJets attempted to garnish money from Simco Group bank account despite the judgment being for the separate Simco Petroleum Limited Company. So he's basically saying you guys went after the wrong company. You were supposed to go after the limited company and not the one, and not the Simco. Did I say that right? Hold on, I'm confusing myself. Simon's company said that NetJets attempted to garnish money from Simco's group bank account, despite the judgment being that they were supposed to separate it. So they weren't supposed to go after his business account. So yeah, rich people problems. Rich people problems. He said that they weren't supposed to go after his business account. So he said this is against the rules. Don't go after my business account. The jet company went to an Ohio judge and said, this is what we want to do, right? At the end of the day, the judge did sign off on the request and ordered that all collection efforts be stopped. Do not attempt to collect from his businesses. Simon's company will now be allowed to respond to the original lawsuit where he has been accused of breach of contract. So he has a contract with them. He clearly wasn't paying that contract. They attempted to go after the business bank account and the judge stopped it. They said that they do not have legal standing to garnish anything from his business. So he won that case, I'm guessing, or it was a win that they didn't just get to take almost $1 million out of it. But we'll see. We'll see. Hold on. I thought that NetJet provided a private jet service for corporations. Maybe that's why they're coming after their companies. Well, Clone, I don't know. Did you take a private jet, child? You may know more than I do on this. Okay. Clone in the house is my sister, y'all. She is coming through with whatever she over there Googling. But yeah, he didn't win that, but he is taking the other to the appellate court. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's get to this next story, y'all. Who said leave Shiesty out of this? Who's Shiesty? That is how I know. You know from Google. Okay. So they said they rented it from the company, so they thought they were going to take legal measure by going after the company. All right. No problem. No problem. All right. Let's talk about Porsha. Not Porsha, my bad. Let's talk about that one right there. That's Destiny Payton. Let me see if I can get up a single picture of Destiny. Hold on. So I don't have her in the same photo with Simon. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hmm. Okay, let's get Destiny up here because this is who we're going to talk about for a second. Destiny Payton. So I told you guys yesterday that I thought that Destiny, if she had not paid her fees to her ex-husband, the judgment, not fees, the judgment to her ex-husband, where I think it was close to, I think yesterday I said something like 12,000, but some people were in the group saying that was probably closer to $20,000, that she was going to go to jail. So I was over on Trending's page and I got to hear some things. Destiny had 9 counts against her for speaking her ex-husband's name on a public platform. And that's where this jail time that was associated with the sentence, the jail time and the fee was associated with. Okay. So this is craziness. The two of them have going on. I told y'all also that Destiny, it looks like she has some claims of her own that her ex-husband had been speaking on her. Of course, the ex-husband had proof that she had been speaking on him, and he gave the examples. I always talk about that Ooh Ladies first panel. That's I think it's Bondi Blue. I think at the time, Jamie, that's me. I don't know if they changed up, but Jamie, that's me, and some others. Niecy Dixon. And Jay Lee's Corner. I think those were the ladies that did it. It was a great interview. She ended up going all over there to talk about Melody, but then she also spoke about her divorce. And that agreement was in place when she spoke about it. Okay, Kevin, thank you. He is saying it was 19,000. So remember I said, know your worth, know what you can talk about and whatnot. Stop trying to sign those damn divorce papers so lickety split and then basically cutting off your nose to spite your face. Because people, your story is your story. It's how you heal, okay? You don't always know when you're going to speak or what you have to speak out loud in order to get something. Yes, also Bondi Blue. I thought I mentioned Bondi Blue. I apologize. Bondi Blue, yes, was also one of the people that's a part of the Ladies First panel. But you don't always know how you are going to need to use your voice. If you guys follow me for any extended period of time, I've said over and over and over and over, don't let anyone silence you. Always be able to speak. Always be able to speak your truth and what you need to do, okay? You don't know what that story is going to look like a year or 2 years from now, okay? Someone said, you did mention Bondi. Okay, thank you. I thought I did. But at the end of the day, whatever was going on with Destiny and her ex at the time, maybe she thought she was doing what was best for her. If you look at they weren't married for that long, true, okay? She does have a child with him, and you want to do what's in the best interest of yourself and your child. When I looked at that agreement, I thought, oof, this is going to be bad later. Literally, I looked at it and thought, this isn't going to work out for you later because you guys weren't equally yoked when you married, number one. When she left the relationship, she kind of left with a lot less than him, and he was more established. But she agreed to certain things. And one of the things she agreed with was no alimony, no child support. She wanted to live in the house for whatever that period of time was. And maybe she thought she'd get back on her feet and be able to do what she wanted to do, and it just didn't play out for her like that. No, when it was added up, it came to 23,000. Okay, so somewhere, okay, there's different numbers being popped up in the chat. But it didn't work out. It didn't, whatever you dream for yourself when you think, I just want to be out of this divorce, protect yourself in the divorce. That's what it's for. If you don't have it when you're getting divorced, you won't have it after. Okay, period. But she agreed to a gag order where she's not allowed to speak this man's name in public, in private, to a therapist, to her family, to whomever. And every time she do, and he catches it, let me see. No, Diana. Now remember that Dusty motherfucker talking about she earned more than him during their marriage. No, I don't remember that. But I looked at the divorce paperwork, and she didn't earn more than him, from what I could tell. So no, she quit a job. If she was earning more than him prior to, she quit that job to start a hair store that didn't make $1.50. She owed everybody when she made it to that divorce court. She had, in fact, she was saying on that other channel that I mentioned, on that Ooh Ladies First panel, that she was broke in the marriage and he was asking her to pay half the bills. So I don't recall what you're saying. I'm not saying that she didn't say it. I'm just saying that it sounded inaccurate based on everything else. And I'm all for independence. I'm all for make your money, boo. I'm all for don't ever quit a job to live in a house and be totally dependent on a man, unless that man is giving you a stipend that you can put away for yourself, a just in case rainy day fund, because you don't know what is going to come down the pike for you. You just don't. Okay? People, you just got to know better at this point. We're about to go into 2025. Just not smart to do some of this shit. But, lesson learned. Other people's stories can be testimony, you know what I'm saying? For future people, because we shouldn't be having these problems. Divorce is hard enough, but trying to figure out how to get back up on your feet when you have a child to feed is one of the worst experiences you could have in life. Okay, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'll put it that way. that can be bad. That could be bad. But that is an agreement that it looks like she signed off on. And we've seen, again, since that divorce happened, she's talked about on the show that she didn't have the money. A lot of people, have talked or discussed about the money that Mel gave her, knowing that she couldn't afford things. And things like utility bills or just getting a lawyer. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't want to debate you. You may have heard that. I didn't hear it. I always thought that she was making less. And didn't have it. Hell, the storyline with Sonny and Moses was that they was paying for her. So y'all, I don't know. Sometimes we have these ideas in our brain that we're going to make it and ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you can't keep there's more people giving conversation. Let me see. Because this is something that we should be talking about. This is something that the aunties and the great aunties, and the great aunties should be talking about. I remember my grandmother did not work outside of the home. She had 11, okay? Baby, she would have a little money stuck someplace. She would be pulling money out of places, you know what I'm saying? And my grandparents stayed together until they passed away, all right? And my grandmother always had money stored somewhere. And that is how a lot of us were trained. And we need to keep that in mind. Have your own, yes. Be married, yes. But if you are not equally yoked, you cannot do that to yourself. Okay, awesome advice. Yep, I remember when she said that. Someone said that she does remember. I'm assuming you're saying that you do remember her saying she made more money. Okay, not a problem. Exactly, Diana. We have to protect ourselves. Thank you. I come from a different school. I think it was beneficial for her to sign the agreement because she didn't want LB to say anything about the dirt she did in the marriage. Okay, well, let's talk about that, because it sounds like, again, my opinion, the dirt that, again, let me say this again, my opinion, the dirt that it seems that that is being asked not to be exposed is his dirt, not her dirt. She's not up in arms about her dirt. He's the one taking her to court from the things that's being said about his dirt. And I don't even, we don't even know the full story. Let me see. Hey, Ty. She said, my husband forced me to quit my job. Oh, damn. So that's why she speaks on everyone else, because she can't speak for her own marriage. So Mel's red phone, let's talk about it. A lot of us have been like, damn it, Destiny. Why are you speaking in circles? Why don't we understand what you're saying? Why are you always on mute? Well, if speaking on her husband adds 5 days in jail, her ex-husband, my bad, adds 5 days of jail to her life, then hell no. Keep your mouth shut. And anybody who speaks on it, they're going to know where that information came from, and that will also add to her jail time. So just threatening to talk about it would add to her jail time, okay? So remember the scene, just saying, y'all, remember the scene on the reunion when she said, Destiny, he asked for a blood test after I gave birth. That was on the show. It's still on the show right now. And Carlos King asked everybody on the cast, did you know about this? Did you know about this? And everybody just goes silent and shake their head no. Not one person spoke. They just all shook their head no. And I said then, they were protecting her. They were protecting her. And still to this day, they haven't said anything. They're still protecting her. So there you have it. You were worried about someone else's husband when you needed to be worried about the one that had that foot on his neck. Okay. When I was listening to Trending yesterday, I'll say this. I put up Destiny, but when I was listening to Trending yesterday, it looks like Destiny has filed an appeal. And the basis of the appeal is that Destiny is a public figure. She's saying, I am a public figure, and my job as a reality TV star is to talk about my life, and I'm being cut off from speaking about that life. And she said, I'm not only a public figure, but so are you. This ex-husband is also a public figure. And whether he is on this show or not, people still speak about him. He shows up in social media platforms like everybody else. Only when I do it, I seem to be getting dinged with coming back into court and violating this divorce order. Okay? Okay? So that is what she's taking it back to court for. And she may have bought herself some time by saying, listen, I don't know why she didn't fight it this way in the beginning, but I really don't. But this is where it's going right now. This is what we're looking at. Trash that man's name. Well, we haven't heard her trash his, well, I haven't heard her trash his name. You may have heard her trash his name. I haven't heard it though. But the internet does go with a lot of stories. There's likely dirt on both sides, possibly. But the enforcement is don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. And Destiny said to protect her son. And I'm not really for sure at this point. The wildest story that I've heard so far is the one about him taking a blood test right after the birth. But she said that on the reunion stage, like I said. And it looks like that might have been one of the hits that she got. Ooh, check this one out. Nanny said that she was almost 40 when she had that child, and she should have been prepared financially by that time. I would say that 95% of the world is not prepared financially when they have children. That's 95%. Grandma plus stay-at-home wife equals pull money out of your bra. Y'all better learn from the old school grandmas. Always have your own. Put something back. That's right. Put something back. Put something back. You never know how life is going to life. Okay. Now let's get into this other part because I wanted to show y'all this example. Let me put this picture up. Y'all know who this is? Because this is what this story reminded me of. Now, how Destiny prevails in her situation, I'll put her picture back up. How she prevails in this situation, we'll see. But she bought herself a little time, okay, before anything gets decided. So I said, did she have the money? Looks like she did not have the money, and she has bought herself some time. But I'm going to tell you who else had a gag order on them back in 2009 after they had a child with that man, okay? Y'all remember this person? Royce Reed and Dwight Howard. That's right. Royce and Dwight. Y'all remember she had that baby, right? With Dwight. I don't know if they were engaged. I think they may have just been girlfriend, boyfriend. But she was a cheerleader. Was it for the Lakers? And then she went on that TV show, Basketball Wives. She signed a gag order. And she said she didn't know what the hell she was signing. But she signed a gag order, right? And realized that her legs were cut from under her. She couldn't talk. Then she went on the Wendy Williams show. And she said, I think Wendy asked her if her child was by Dwight Howard. And she said, yes. That's all she said was, yes, we have a whatever old he was. And she got hit with a lawsuit for $535,000 for violating the court order. And she said, at that point, it was public knowledge that we had a child. He had taken him to basketball games and everything. And she couldn't say something as simple as, yes, we have a child together. And that lawsuit went on for, I think, all the way up until last year, because I think this year she announced that the gag order had expired, and everything that he was hoping she never said, she ended up saying in one fell swoop, and then all other nasty shit came out. But there were 11 times that he took her to court and asked for amounts that was crazy, well over $1 million in fines and fees. And when he couldn't get it from her, he went after her mother. Okay. I think that Destiny has gone. So from what I'm understanding, Destiny is being asked, or not asked, but there were 9 counts that was related to her jail time. So 5 days for each count, which is how she got to 45 days. Okay. Now, like I said, I listened to maybe 2. I listened to the Ladies First panel, and I forgot, there was something that she did on OWN. And both of those podcasts made me scream, fuss, cuss, and throw tomatoes at whatever device I was watching it on, because she frustrated the hell out of me. I kept saying, why isn't she calling a thing a thing? What is going on? Why does she keep saying she's talking about it and she's not? She wants people to read between the lines. It was so frustrating to hear her have those conversations that, in my opinion, I was just like, she didn't tell us shit. But according to her ex-husband, she did. I don't even have the patience to go back and listen. She talks in circles, but for a lot of people, you're saying that she did. What wasn't it in Florida? Yes, it was in Florida. That was the first judgment, $535,000. Did she pay it? She says she ain't got it. At one point, he garnished her bank account. She was getting like, I think it had $2,300 and something in it. He took every cent. Every cent. He was garnishing any check that was coming to her. So I think that's when she started paying her mother to avoid him taking her money. And when that happened, he went after her mother. And she said her mother was sick at the time. Just to give you an idea of how bad shit got. Michelle Obama has no drama in her marriage. Oh, you're killing me. Yeah, wow. But listen, if we learn nothing else, child, I'm telling you right now, he has 8 kids with, he has about 8 kids by different women. Thank you, Dark and Lovely. That's the lesson I wanted to say. When signing legal documents, always have an attorney go over that with you. And yes, if you are on a reality TV show like Royce was, make sure y'all know what it means when someone says, I'm putting a gag order on you, not to talk. How are you protecting anybody if you can't feed your kids? When she says, I'm trying to protect my child, maybe that's what she means, that she's trying to feed them. Because damn, you can't protect anybody if you are in the pokey for 45 days or longer, or if, you know, a year from now you slip up and say something and then you find your ass back in jail. Because words just come out of your mouth. I dare y'all to stop talking about something that you've experienced for a week. And then every time you say it, go on ahead and like pay yourself $100, put it away. Let's see what happens. Dusty don't talk in circles about other people's business. Right. Other people's business don't put her in jail for 5 days. You might be right, Mel's red phone. Maybe she thinks she's getting around it by talking about it. Not only, y'all, can she not talk about it, the way the language was, you can't talk about his family. Don't mention the mama. Don't mention the daddy, the cousins, the sisters. Don't mention anything. You have to act like it didn't exist. If you go to the doctor's office, you can't say his father, like you're not supposed to mention him. It also says that they can't call each other's jobs. They can't go to each other's houses and threaten to fight. This divorce was nasty, and it didn't seem that way, but it was nasty. It was nasty. Yeah, I agree, LaPriest. We are getting both sides. We're getting more of both sides in this space right now that we didn't have before. Before, y'all, you know, you were just confused, like what the F is going on? But imagine not being able to talk about your life. Imagine not being able to talk about your life. Dwight was smart. Take the bag. Ooh, take the bag. I don't know. So listen, I'm not going to do a poll because I don't think it would fare right either way. Everybody's saying Red Phone is right. Red Phone said she doesn't talk. Destiny doesn't talk about in circles about other people's business. That is true, but other people's business does not have a jail sentence attached to it. I don't know. That might hold you up. Dusty said a lot of crap about LB after she was arrested. Remember? It was a part of the 9 count. Does she remember? It was a part of the 9 count. It does not matter. She's not allowed to talk about him. If she gets arrested because, you know, for whatever the reason, she gets arrested, and he is the person who had her arrested. If she mentions him, that puts more on her plate. That is a legal offense. Okay. Tennessee Girl said there was no gag order on Destiny originally. I thought that that was a part of the divorce decree. From what I'm understanding, that was a part of the divorce decree. Do y'all know something I don't? If you do, put it in the chat. I just wanted to see. Ooh. So y'all know he was on the show too, right? LB was on the show too. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It's going to be interesting to see if she wins anything. Royce, I don't believe was able to challenge it, or maybe I don't know. But when it expired, she said she was going to talk. Who knows what happens? Who knows if she has been offered a book deal? Who knows if she has been offered a movie deal? The gag order was released earlier this year, and she went out. She talked about it on Carlos King's page. She talked about it with Vlad TV. She could be offered a lot of things right now. I don't know if Destiny has an expiration date on hers, but she did appeal it. She did appeal it, and we will see what the judge says. If she honors, they were both on that TV show. They both have contracts or had contracts. Destiny have one, and the ex had one. What space, if there could be any alterations to that, or what? Yes, we remember. Would you care for a bean pie, my brother? Uh-oh. Nanny of the Moron said a lot of public divorces have these stipulations for image protection purposes. Royce better get somewhere and be quiet because of all of those allegations against her son. She's worked those things out with her son. I think that she won her case. She was actually, charges were filed on Royce because I think the way Florida law works, if your child does something, the parent is also accountable. So that appeared to have been worked out. And then that child is in counseling. So they are doing the steps they're supposed to do as parents to get that taken care of. Yep. So you guys have to read these contracts. You have to read the contract because if Mel left the show tomorrow, they can still use Mel's image, just like Nene Leakes. I talked to y'all about that the other day. Nene Leakes left the show, right? She said she quit that show, but her image is still on that show, and they could use the image in future scenes. They could do whatever they want, but they edited her image out of a flashback scene, and we talked about that. But they didn't have. I mean, she doesn't have any rights to her image or what happens after that. Just like I believe we heard Ariane's voice on that show. They can play Ariane's voice in season 1999. Okay. That's their property. That's their property. Okay. That's good to hear because I always liked how Roy stood up to Evelyn on Basketball Wives. Yeah, she is a stand-up person. This is Shanti Amore Simmons. Why is everyone dehumanizing Destiny? You cannot like someone and still acknowledge when they have been wrong. That girl just had a baby and that man was trying to put her and his newborn baby out. Okay. So people do have different feelings about this. I'm really not trying to disparage her. I'm really just saying to y'all, let's pay attention to what happens next, because for the first time, like I won't say the first time, but we're seeing this play out with Black women in a way that we haven't done before, right? Not a lot of people get to talk about it, but you're walking away from a relationship with zero, with nothing, and then you're also being told, don't say anything about your experience with me. So Dwight and Royce, I'm not sure if Dwight was paying her child support. I believe he was, but when he was paying it, he was also garnishing her accounts. He was taking it out. So, and I think she still owes him millions to this day. 11 times she broke the agreement, saying things as simple as, Dwight is my baby's father. That would get her ass thrown in court. She didn't even talk about the stuff she shared recently about how he used to throw her around the house like a rag doll, threaten her, had asked her to basically be in a concubine relationship with her and other women. There was a whole lot of stuff that she ended up sharing after the gag order had expired. But the stuff that he was taking her to court for was really nothing. It was absolute BS. Just stupid stuff that you would just say without thinking. And it, ended with her going to court. I really hope that we, think about this a little more when it comes to Destiny. I'm calling her Dusty now. Damn. When it comes to Destiny, if Destiny said that the first test was taken at the hospital, do y'all think the test came back negative? Do you think the test came back negative? No. By what circumstances would they test anyone else? Damn. Sometimes people, we talked about that a little earlier, how people sometimes, they'll feed blogger stuff and it may not be accurate, but once it get legs, child, once it get legs, it's done. Okay. But yeah, think about this and start talking to people, start talking to these young women who, yes, it looks just like him. And he adores that baby. It's actually insulting to say that other people were tested. They just tried to, create more of a problem than need be. But without it wasn't even necessary for Destiny to say it. And literally she said it on the reunion stage that he asked for a test after giving birth. Like while it just happened. And he said, I need to be tested. Okay. So that test was returned positive. Allegedly. Okay. I'm going to say that we saw it. That's actually on the show, but okay. Let's get to the historian. She's given a word. Women, vet these men before you jump into a relationship, okay? It'll cost you a lot if you choose wrong. Right. Even when you're going through a divorce, I know you really just want to get the hell away, right? I don't care. I just want to sign the paperwork. But baby, think about what the long term looks like and then fight for yourself. Fight for yourself. Yes, I agree. There was a reason he asked, but blood tests don't say absolutely not. Go test some other people and then come back and test me. The blood test correct the first time at the hospital. It's not like you pee on a stick and it might be inconclusive. You know what I'm saying? The test is a test. Now, could he have tested 3 times? Sure. Just like when you pee on a stick and it says you're pregnant. You look at it like, bitch, I better not be. And you might pee on 2, 3, 4 more sticks. But it's his baby. It's his baby. Right. Vet, facts. It's his baby. And he knew it when he took the first test. And I'm just guessing, but you know, you see the baby, beautiful baby, love, not saying anything wrong. But if you have doubt, when you have doubt, you will ask for more. Okay. You'll keep doing it until you get a confirmation. And that's understandable. This is an experience that I'm speaking of, not destiny. Okay. So an experience I'm speaking of, something that I knew. I have an auntie who is very, very fair skinned, and her husband is darker skinned. And when the baby was born, the baby was very fair, and the husband just constantly doubted that the baby was his because of his complexion. Even though it was his baby and literally looks like him, that child is 25 years old, looks exactly like him, like his daddy, but that daddy had doubt. Okay. And so that may have been the case. It could have had something to do with complexion. I'm just throwing shit out there. Okay. But at the same time, y'all know, people are looking at it and they're talking about the timeline with the other person, but that could have been the situation. That could have been the situation. And so, but I don't think that nobody got rounded up. You need to get a test. You need to get a test like Maury Povich, child. Y'all be cracking me up. The husband was uninformed about genealogy. Correct. And if you look at my family, child, my grandmother, there's people in my family who are very dark skinned with green eyes, blue eyes, all kind of shit. But that is genealogy, like you said. It, for whatever reason, and this happens, we do this all the time to each other. Oh, their complexion looks this way, so they can't be. That's not how genealogy works. And we should know better. But we will say crazy stuff. At this point, Destiny should focus her situation because her general manager states she owes workers money. Her situation is the court case. So she needs to focus on that and staying outside of them, outside of the pokey, so that she can take care of her child and not give up any type of rights to that child, because that can lead her into a lot of other problems. Okay, because it could be a complete takedown at this point. I'm out here every day advocating for women and children and educating women on how to make the best decisions for themselves. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay. I hope that wasn't for me. I'm not sure. Nanny, don't waste your time. Who's the nanny? Oh, she's someone you're talking to. That's the nanny. My bad. Okay. Anyway, we're not debating whether or not that child is his son. That's his son. We all know that. Okay, y'all. But that's the story. That's what I wanted to let you know, that there has been an appeal put in place. Okay, an appeal, and she is seeing if she can fight this jail sentence with the, we are both public figures. We both get talked about. Our business gets talked about all the time. Perhaps it's not me leaking things or you leaking things. Perhaps it's just, it could be bloggers. It could be anybody that's taking information. It could be people that know us that's spilling information. Because if y'all remember, if he's blaming the Ooh Ladies First panel, here's some tea that people probably don't talk about. Ooh Ladies First panel. If y'all remember, the reason why Destiny went on that panel in the first place is because someone had sent documents to the panel that was basically saying this, and this about Destiny. Right. And she said, I know that these documents came from, if not him, directly from him, from someone in his family. And I know who it would have been, right? But if they're not allowed to talk about each other, that means your family isn't supposed to be sending paperwork either. So sometimes they're both, you know, playing a little bit with social media. And this is the space that they're in. And she's basically saying, if this is, you know, it's applying to both of us at this point, because she was suing them back. But we're both public figures, and people are getting this information about us. It may not always be me. But anywho, that's it. Let me take this down, y'all. Okay. So y'all, that's it. That's the stories for today. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, for coming over and listening to all this. The word of the day, okay? The word of the day, if you are a woman about to get married, about to get divorced, if you're about to get married, go ahead and do a prenup. Protect yourself. You're in love right now, and that's great, fine, cool. But child, if there's ever a situation where y'all get to a place where you're not in love anymore, it is war, okay? And all is fair in love and in war. People will do anything, child. Thank you, Pacino. Love you. I appreciate that. People will do anything in war. Protect yourself. And then don't give up, child. Keep fighting. You knew the reasons why you did X, Y, and Z before. Stay fighting. Don't hurt yourself. Okay. You giving up jobs and all kind of shit. Word of the day. Okay. Like the grandfather from Boondocks. Word of the day. If you are a woman, protect yourself. Fight for you. Protect yourself. Fight for you. Go ahead. Get those prenups. Aren't the fighting prenups now? Well, they are fighting prenups now, Felicia. That's what a man with a lot of wealth is doing against Porsha Williams. Judge said, not only is what you're doing abusive, this shit is going to stand. We've not seen anything that suggests Porsha was doing anything to you. So this prenup stands. And that man said, I'm going to appellate court now. So the reason for the prenup was to prevent Simon from bleeding her dry financially. And he's going to take it there. Period. Okay. Also, don't let anybody stop you from telling your story. Don't let anybody stop you from telling your story. That's not fair to you. Okay. So those are the things I would say. If they're not paying you a whole bunch of money where you could, you know, maybe leave the country or something, and they can't stay a hold of you, especially if you're a public figure, don't let them stop you from telling your story. That's your story. That's your testimony, and you have a right to tell it. That's my opinion. But anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate everybody who hung out with me today, who came over to listen what we had to talk about. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out. Become a subscriber if you are not already. Thank you to the moderators, Clone in the house, for finally showing up, girl. I'm going to give you a call in just a second. And that's pretty much it. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. And I will catch you on the next one.